Strider 2. Not to be confused with the Strider sequel, that was a totally different game. This one is a Capcom game released for the PlayStation in 2000. It is the sequel to Strider and Strider. There's also a sequel to Strider 2 called Strider as well. Gee, that's not confusing. Those games were pretty good, a side-scrolling hack-and-slash arcade experience, but they were hard as nails and would leave you in frustration and possibly a broken controller or house furniture. But everything good about those games were made better with Strider 2. He has a scarf! Woo! But let me explain. You play as a ninja named Strider Hiryu, as in, speak louder, I can't hear you. And the story goes, you're just a straight up edgelord who has to destroy someone known as the Grandmaster. I honestly just read this from Wikipedia because I skipped all the cutscenes, although they do have some nice art and I suggest looking at them. No, what you want is some high-octane gameplay with some sick 21st century graphics and sound. And that's exactly what you'll get with Strider 2. By the way, he's the same guy from the Marvel vs. Capcom series, if you haven't noticed already. Your main weapon is a sword that you can swing for literally ever if you want to. Not only that, but it's incredibly fast. The whole game is built around this mechanic, and you'll be using it a lot to kill enemies and, well, kill more enemies. He's also probably the worst ninja in the world as he shouts every time he attacks. Sometimes Strider I Can't Hear You will become even more broken as his sword will shoot off projectiles that will home onto enemies as well as make the entire game lag. Another mechanic is climbing walls using this hook. It adds verticality to the game, allowing you to traverse the many levels better, and it adds more variety to the stage design. A lot of the levels have you ascend most of the time as well. Think of Strider 2 as a boss rush game more than anything. There are many different kinds of bosses, like this dragon that you use your hook to stay on, or this floating ball of lasers, or Tong Poo. Yes, there is a boss named Tong Poo, and that should already be worth picking up this game at full price. Some bosses can be challenging, but a lot of them are incredibly easy. The game is definitely not that long either. It only has 5 stages that do not last long at all. Now, you may be thinking that the game is too easy, and I will say, yes, it is easy, but it's not about the game's difficulty that makes it great. It's about fluidity and speed. And no, I'm not talking about you, Sonic Adventure Pinball. First, let's indulge more about the game's easiness. Unlimited lives, or credits according to some people. As with many other arcade to console ports, there are infinite amounts of resurrections you can use in this game, so you don't have to worry about getting a game over from dying too much. On top of that, when you die, you start literally where you left off. You can sit down on your couch and play this game in one sitting easily the very first time. But the game's fun relies on its use of speed and fluid combat, as I said before. As Strider I Still Can't Hear You, you can attack, climb, and dash pretty quickly. It's the use of those mechanics that makes the game interesting. If you pull off a cool combo as opposed to just standing and hitting the attack button, it's obviously more rewarding. Completing the game using only 1 credit is a major goal people have when playing games like these as well. So, I encourage you, if you want to try the 1 credit run, and doing so will offer more challenge and more satisfaction in the end if you manage to pull it off. Or you can just be like me and be lazy and play the game casually however you want. Even then, there's still satisfaction when you finish the game. Everyone is able to complete the game under 30 minutes to their first playthrough, and so they have a little time at the end to tell you if you did good or not. And at the end, you unlock a new character named Strider Hien, as in Strider Hien gonna be stealthy in that white costume. Then again, neither is the other guy with his flashy red scarf. He's like his evil brother or something like that. Just think of it like Strider Now I Can Hear You Shadow the Hedgehog, except white. He has a different weapon which changes the core gameplay, adding on to the replay value. The core gameplay of Strider 2 is enough for me to recommend it to the action game fan, as well as anyone interested in speedrunning this game. So, overall, I'd say Strider 2 is worth checking out if you're interested. You can get Strider 2 on the PSN store at a reasonable price, and it comes bundled with the Sega Genesis version of the original arcade game as well. So, that's cool. Have you played Strider 2? Tell me what you think of it in the comments below. As always, subscribe to see more content from me, and also give the video a like if you liked it, and a dislike if you did not like it. It will help me a lot. And if you want to see me stream games like this one or other games like Overwatch, you can check me out on twitch.tv/SirJonnyCake. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, and God bless.